DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Hello again, and welcome to Valley Grown. Did you see what I did there? I'm trying to do a little trend rather than the shoulders. Valley Grown. Welcome, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in and joining us tonight. Tonight, we have a very special topic that we want to talk about, something we can definitely all relate to, and most of us, because this is a place where we actually spend most of our time during the day or even during the week. My name is Melanie Cebu, and I am one of the hosts and panelists for tonight's episode. So again, like what I mentioned, we've previously talked about effective communication in the workplace in one of our episodes in communication challenges. And that's something that you can definitely look up at YouTube. So you'll see what we were definitely talking about. And tonight we will dig deeper, dive in so that we would be able to learn more about effective communication in business, the corporate world, and also in our workplace. We definitely have a variety of career paths in Valley Grown with our Valley Grown ladies, including myself. And before I introduce them, I want to go ahead and talk about who we are, starting with myself or where we work. My name is Melanie Cebu, and currently I am an RN case manager in a hospital setting. What do we do there? One of the goals that we do is we want to make sure that we create a safe discharge plan for our patients. The other thing is we want to make sure that they have decreased length of stay. What does that mean? It means that when you get into the hospital, we want to make sure you get treated right away and at the same time be able to go home as soon as possible because there's no place like home, right? And the other thing is now I want to also share, who do we talk to in order to achieve those goals? In case management, we definitely talk to the doctors, the nurses that cares for our patients. Of course, the main people that we work with are our patients and their families. And then after that, we also involve physical therapy, occupational therapy, dietary, nutritionists, and many more, including pharmacy. And then that's within the hospital setting. After that, when you're ready to go home, we help you get set up. And so we have to talk to, for example, like equipment companies, because you might need a walker, right, to get stronger, be able to have that safe mobility at home. And we also set up, like, let's say, home therapy and also skilled nursing facility. So every day as a case manager, that is what I do. And if you're a case manager, you know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, my throat's really dry. And tonight, being the host, I'm going to need my other co-hosts help for sure to be able to continue to discuss this topic. Anyways, for our viewers out there, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our episode or our show tonight. And at the same time, please join us. I really want to know, how do you effectively communicate at your work? So if you can put that in the buzz of our branches, we definitely would be able to know that so that we can learn, communicate effectively, and connect, right? All right. So next up, I want to call in, of course, the youngest and our baby of the Valley Grown Girls, Caitlin Bautista from Bakersfield. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Caitlin Bautista. I'm currently a substitute activity leader. So I work in the youth development field. So I work in person directly with children, and I lead activities and support, the youth development. And since I am a sub, I jump from school to school within different districts for their after school programs, or what we like to call it, extended learning programs. So of course, I don't work alone. I'm part of a team of staff and leaders who all work together to make sure these kids and students have a fun and safe environment. They're at school for so long, and then they have to prolong their stay, even well into the evening. So we want to make sure that they have a safe and fun environment. And we also want to make sure that they are reaching their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible people. That is our mission statement. So yeah, that's what I do for work. And I love clocking in every day, meeting new people, since I'm going from school to school, from site to site. And it is such an enjoyable job. So back to you, Melanie.
Thanks, Caitlin. We really appreciate you sharing that with us. Next up, we have the coastal breeze of Santa Maria, Jill San Antonio. Hi, Jill. Share with us where you work and who do you communicate with?
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in. As you know, I'm Jill San Antonio, and Melanie said I am tuning in from coming to you live from Santa Maria, California. So what I do for work is I've been working in the software tech industry for about 10 years. Specifically right now, I currently work in cybersecurity. I've been in this field for almost 4 years, which is crazy to even believe that it's been almost 4 years already. But essentially what my previous role was, a technical customer success manager. So at the time I was, essentially responsible for the success of different programs that our customers use in terms of our platform, making sure that they're optimizing everything that we can provide for them and providing value. Now my title is a senior customer experience manager, which is just, now I'm responsible for their entire experience with us. So I work with, our business model is strictly B2B, so business to business. So we speak to all the companies, and I speak to all the different representatives within those companies. So I'm basically the point of contact for all of our customers between my company and them. So anytime there's any issues, anything that goes on that they might be unhappy with, they always come to me. So I have to work with every department within our company. And in short, my responsibility is to ensure that they are happy. And if they're not happy, it's my job to find out why they're not happy and find out solutions to make them happy in the most fastest way possible. So for us, it's more of like time to value, making sure that we're providing value, and they're spending money on us. So I want to make sure that their money is going into the right places. So that is what I do. I essentially communicate with all the departments within our company, our customers, and basically overall, everybody as a whole to make everybody happy. So back to you, Melanie. Thank you.
Wow, lots of communication, Jill. I thought I communicate a lot already at my work. All right, so next up, of course, last but not least, Melvi Tamayo.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Melanie. Now, when it comes to what I do, I don't know about you, but if you guys love numbers, I crunch numbers all day long, and it can be boring at times. However, when it comes to communication, it's all about either phone calls or emails, unless we're called by the boss, or we have trainings, or we have meetings, we have conferences, then we get an opportunity to talk all day long and get to know a lot of people. I work for Tulare County Office of Education. I'm a business account technician in there, and we do a lot of the accounting and business support for the organization. And when it comes to our own respective assignments, we are delegated, since we have over, I can't remember, 300 programs that we handle. Each of us individually handle different programs within the organization. And since we handle or I think at least about 43 school districts in the county, then you can only imagine how many of these paperworks we do on a daily basis. We're averaging about, between 1,500 to 1,500 checks between in and out of, reimbursement and also coming in for the payment for the organization. And we handle a lot of the accounting services for the organization as well. And on top of it, also provide the state reporting and audit yearly for when it comes to paperwork. So I see papers every day. I see calculators everywhere. And when we're going at it, you can hear all the calculators, fax machines going off, coffee machines, name it, and all the buzz around our surroundings. But it's also fun to get to know people because we also get to interact with them in person. So in as much as we love emails, or in as much as I love emails, I prefer to interact in person. So that's what I do on a daily basis. So if you love numbers, come to me.
She's our number girl.
So yes, that's me.
Wow. We just have a variety of people we talk to and we work with. And I'm definitely very excited to know how we communicate with everyone. So before we move forward with our topic, I would like to do a little team building exercise, right? Because at work, we want to promote a work environment that's happy. And today we want to be happy, right? So we're going to start off with our team building exercise. And so Kuya Tech, if you can go ahead and play our field day so we can proceed with our game. All right, so today we're gonna proceed with playing a game of charade, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you know how to play charade. So Jill will be acting a form of a word, and all of us, well, Caitlin, Melvi, and of course you as viewers will be trying to guess what that word is. So are you guys ready?
Yes. Well, yes.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started.
So don't judge my acting skills. Hopefully you all
All
can.
right, Jill, you're in. Let's get started.
Okay, so there's gonna be 4 altogether. 2 of them is gonna start out as easy, and then it's gonna gradually get a little bit harder, hopefully. So the first one is
Texting?
yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay, I'm not terrible at acting again. Good job, Caitlin. Okay, the second one is
Gossiping. No.
Whispering.
yes.
Gossiping.
That's a form of communication, though, not a very good
Yes, Caitlin does that a lot to the kids.
Well, when you gossip, you usually whisper.
whispering. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The third one is
Sign language.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I was gonna say it as well.
Yes.
good job, Caitlin.
Jill,
job,
Jill,
Caitlin.
I love it.
Okay. The last one is a little bit hard, so I would be very impressed if you all can guess this one. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for calling. This is Jill San Antonio. How can I help you? Oh, you have the. Oh,
Customer service.
yeah.
Call center.
Okay, did you get a lead,
Yes,
Caitlin?
4 for 4.
Caitlin, amazing.
Yes.
I did a lot, like with the kids, so they practice.
Wow.
Good job. Thank you, everyone, also for guessing.
Good job, Jill. Love it, love it. Good
Yes.
job.
Trying to eat that up with the acting. Yes.
All right. Thank you again, Jill, for leading us in our game for
Now I
today.
know who to call for game nights. Caitlin's gonna be you're gonna be my partner.
To be part of your team for sure, right? That'll have to be Caitlin. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our first segment. We want to know what are some of the forms of communication you use in your workplace. Can you give us an example or an experience that actually works, and how did you communicate that? All right, so I think okay, Jill, start talking. So Jill, go ahead.
Yeah. So because I work from home, everybody thinks like, oh, it's easy. You just work from home. You just go on your computer and do all those things. Well, it's actually a lot harder than people believe, because one, it takes a lot of discipline, because you are distracted by a lot of things being home, which I do. However, because I work from home, the reason why I work from home is because the individuals that I speak with and need to speak with we don't have to physically be in person. They're in different countries. They are in different time zones. So the best way for us to communicate is through online. And so we use specific platforms such as Slack. It's kind of like Telegram or anything like that, those types of communication applications. So we're always on Slack. We also use Zoom, which is, as a lot of people know, is the video conferencing. Some may use Google Meets, some may use Microsoft Teams, which I'm not a fan of. Not sponsored, by the way, but we do use it within our workplace. So those are the two main communications, obviously emails and things like that. But I found that Slack is the most efficient way, because it's kind of like texting, right? You get that notification and it's just like an instant, immediate communication. It's very informal. So a lot of times if my customers don't want to send like an email, it's just like, hey, Jill, can you look into this? It's just like a simple message and it pops up on my phone, pops up on, my computer, things like that, as opposed to email where it's like formalized. So I would say those are the three main forms of communication: is Slack, which is our application, Zoom for video conferencing such as this, and email, of course. And yeah, so that's pretty much what we use.
I love that, because like what you mentioned, this is what we're also doing. We're able to come together because of technology. So technology for effective communication in the workplace is definitely an A+. All right, about you, Caitlin?
Awesome. So for my job, since I work at like schools or like youth development clubhouses, we use like radios, like walkie-talkies constantly, talking about where like a student is about to go, like, oh, this student is about to go to the restroom, or I need to go to the restroom. Can someone please cover my class? So over the walkie-talkies during the radio, that's our main form of communication when talking to my coworkers. But in terms of like meetings, talking to kids, it's very hands-on, very in person, eye contact. So I feel like in terms of like conflict resolution, when conflicts come up, whether between like kids or involving attacks, communication with coworkers and leaders is so important. Like I said, my job is very like hands-on, very in person. So I try my best to talk calmly with staff to figure out what happened, observe like behaviors, especially like with the youth, they're developing their sense of self. They sometimes, I'll say it, sometimes they have an attitude, sometimes they have behavioral issues. And we as a team, it's our job to make sure we come to the source, we deliberate, and we know how to tackle on any issues that might happen and decide the best course of action. And truthfully, there are some times when, I disagree with a fellow coworker or even a coordinator. And what matters is that I set a boundary for myself and we all compromise. So at the end of the day, it's all very face-to-face or over that walkie-talkie. So yeah, that's how I communicate on my job throughout the day.
Yes. And, I'm glad that you mentioned about the eye-to-eye contact, because I think it definitely promotes also like some type of empathy and compassion. Like even in the healthcare, we have to also try and do that, is make sure that we sit down with them, even though they're in bed laying. We try to take a chair so that when we talk to them about how they can go home and ask them who's going to take care of them, they can definitely feel that you are concerned. They can feel that empathy or that compassion, that you're really trying to help them. So I also like that, Caitlin. All right, where's our accounting lady there? Numbers. People talking with their calculator.
Oh yes.
The hello.
Fingers hurt at the end of the day, especially when it's a lot of numbers. I mean, we're talking about 12.
All right, tell us, Melvi. Is there like a Morse code with a calculator?
I just want to mention that since Jill works remotely, we got to experience it during COVID. And it was indeed a challenging one, because I'm not accustomed to having a set of time for each specific assignment, and deadlines. And therefore, sometimes I have to set an alarm for myself in order to come back to what I need to do. Because like what she said, there's so many distractions. And when you have your kitchen right next to your desk, it's so easy to just look at the fridge and say, I'm getting hungry, but I need to finish this first. It's not even my lunch break yet, but the fridge is like just a few feet away. So you really, really have to discipline yourself. But now that we're back in the office, of course, the forms of communication we use, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the introduction, is you've got emails, you've got phone calls, and you have people in person coming to you too. So there are times when I'm on the phone, I'm like this, talking while I'm also emailing because it's urgent. And at the same time, I have a person standing next to me and I'm like, give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so you have to really multitask and know your priorities, because at times when we have crunch time and when we have deadlines, we have auditors, we have even though we're not talking about lives like what you handle, Melanie, which is completely understandable, that cannot wait. Papers can wait, but when you have a person next to you, you have somebody yelling at you, you have an email with all the exclamation points in the world or all caps in front of you, sometimes it'll test your patience. And so I really had to learn how to regulate my emotions and reframe my mindset and say, okay, they can wait. Whoever is basically the least important can give me just a few seconds or a minute leeway so I can take care of each one of them all at once. And that way I don't come off rude. And if there are challenges or there are obstacles or misunderstandings or miscommunications, what I've learned is I don't respond right away. I've received emails where it's literally all caps with a bunch of exclamation points, or when they call me and they just hang out before we can even resolve any issues. So there are times I have to have a supervisor or a manager intervene. And so depending on the severity of the conflict, we also have the steps for that, or the policy and whatnot. But when it comes to email, if I know I'm going to be emotional, then I step back. Sometimes I just go get water, go to the break room, or walk to the mail room, for example, and then come back. And then my emotions are already regulated. And therefore now I can answer in a professional manner. So it's not easy. And there are times, like I said, our patients will definitely be tested, even if it's just in the office setting. And when you're also working with a lot of people who don't have the patience and they just want what they want and they don't want to see things eye to eye, or they're just they become very, very difficult, that's when it also becomes a lot more challenging, which by the way, you love. The more difficult you are, the more I will pursue you and get to know you, and how we can meet in the middle so we can finally work. Because at the end of the day, it's a team effort. Where I work, it's a team effort. It's not a solo work. It's a team effort. So that's what I've learned so far, working 16 years plus in this organization.
Yeah, that part. I was going to say, I really like how you mentioned about understanding your limits and when to step back. I totally see that with any field that you work in. When you feel like things are, bearing on you, like in my line of work, there could be 20, 30 kids asking me 20, 30 different questions. And I'm like, hold on, I'm just one person. I can't answer all this at once. So I literally have to call the coordinator and be like, because there are times where I'm like, I just need some support, and I need to take my 10. I just need to step back, and then I will be in the right mindset. And so that's what's good about having a supportive work environment, because you have that team to back you up. And that's really important, that you know your limits and when to step back. I really appreciate that you said it. You said that, Melvie.
And one thing I noticed too was even though we're all in such different industries, we all there's going to be conflict resolution no matter what, and there's going to be immediate things or actions that come up for example, I work in cybersecurity, so we try to prevent security breaches. Melvi works in accounting, where there's strict deadlines. Caitlin with kids, and of course, we want to make sure that the kids are always safe. And then Melanie with live. So there's that's when the communication really, really comes into play. And just like Caitlin said, it's really important to have that support group, and I think that's really important. And that's what kind of brings you all together, is having that support and making sure that everything runs smoothly. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys brought that up, because that's kind of like a segue to our next segment with regards to barrier. You guys already started talking about the barriers of communication, including the conflicts, like you guys mentioned, also the negative results. So I wanted to ask, based on what you've mentioned, what are some of the solutions in the communication that you have provided or that you worked with your team members in order to resolve that? Melvi, since you brought it up, I got to start with that. I know you started mentioning about trying to get to know that person. All right, can you add or elaborate more about regarding that?
If I know that I can't come up with a solution right away, I take my time, and I become I don't want to say better person, because everybody can choose. I've learned that attitude is a choice, so always choose the right one. And we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I'm also a human being that makes mistakes, and sometimes our assumptions can also get the best of us. So there will be times where, let's say, the person doesn't refuse to work with you, or they're having a bad day, or they're giving you an attitude. Maybe the reason is they're having a bad day, so they're giving you an attitude. Or maybe he or she got stuck in traffic, or she forgot her lunch, or she forgot to eat breakfast, so she's hangry, for example.
Yes.
So what I've learned over the course of years of working in the organization where I work at, and this goes for anywhere else too, in experiences when it comes to the outside the outside external factors, is we cannot control them. We can't control how they feel. We don't know unless they tell us what's going on with their lives, with their minds. Now, if they get to work, that's their choice. My choice is I want to handle it in a positive manner. As much as possible, I want to avoid either getting frustrated, or even yelling, or even saying mean things, because I want to be the person who would have more compassion and empathy. Like, I want to put myself in their shoes. Maybe they are really struggling in life right now, so they come to work always either sad or upset or angry, because they're just not happy in their lives. But the thing is, sometimes we also have to help them, and we have to remind them that at work, I get it. Sometimes it's hard not to get emotional, but try your best to remove that aside, to remove the problems aside, because we still need to finish the work, finish the work and meet the deadlines no matter what. Why? It's because we don't own the organization. We work for the organization. So I do my best to instill that in my mind and in my heart, that we have to be the patient one sometimes, because people go through different things. And the one really important thing that I think all of us can agree to this, other than empathy that Caitlin always mentioned, is we have to be kind. Yeah. We always have to be kind, because once we have that emotion, that attribute within us, it doesn't matter who tries to put us down. It doesn't matter who doesn't want us to succeed. In the end, it's a matter of choice. So want to be the better person, be the better person, because in the end, they'll also reflect on that. Because if they growl at you and you want to growl at them back even more, it's not going to get.
Take a deep breath.
Yes, no, no success in that, because we're already getting carried away with our emotions, and that's the last thing we do. We don't want to react with our emotions. We want to react with logic, with kindness, and with good intent.
I love that. I wish you were my coworker. Then I would definitely appreciate you. All right, anybody else wants to add?
I wanted to. Oh, Jill, did you want to go ahead? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I was just an addition. I was like, that's why we all work together because we have Melvie on our team.
No, yes, totally.
Go ahead, Caitlin, go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say what Melvie was talking about with maybe coworkers coming in with a specific emotion, kind of they're sad all the time or they're angry all the time. And then we kind of sometimes as coworkers we assume the worst. It reminds me of something I studied called the fundamental attribution error, where we attribute someone's demeanor or emotions to something negative, like, oh, she's always coming in sad, like, gosh, like why is she sad all the time? Or, oh, like they're mad, oh, they must have had didn't have anything to eat that day. But really, you don't know what they're going through. And like as coworkers, as people, you shouldn't assume the worst in them, because again, you don't know what they're going through. You know, talk to your coworker. Maybe something happened at home. Maybe something happened with their family. So I don't know. So when Melvie mentioned that, it kind of made me think of the FAE or the fundamental attribution error. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Before we continue, I would like to go ahead and also listen to our viewers. I want to go into the buzz of the branches, and I want to be able to hear from our Vine chat. So Kuya Tag, if you can go ahead and play our bumper for the grapevine.
Okay, so in our Vine chat, it is flooding and I'm loving it. So apologies if I'm unable to get to your message. There's a lot in here that I definitely want to read over. So yes, Julia Whitman, thank you always for tuning into our show every Friday. William Dorsey from Delano. We have Mario Oka, of course, tuning in from the Philippines. Thank you as well for always joining us every Friday, our time at least. We have Danny Aglipay saying hello, Sister Terry. We do have lots of people from Bakersfield showing some support, saying hi to Caitlin, supporting all of District CVC from Arosi. We do have, hello, Ian. Thank you so much as well for tuning in. Love it. We love the support. So we have, let's see here. So I do want to read over some of the responses that we have. When coworkers get in, and I always give them 10 to 15 minutes to settle before I talk to them. That is a great one. So giving some time for each person to kind of settle in, not always bombarding them with questions. We do have Manuel Hatulan scan using the radio. Yes, of course, that is definitely very important. Taking deep breaths for walks. We have Delano tuned in, some more from Delano. We also have Jenna Almiral. She works with kids, so she also uses walkie-talkies. We have Chris Banyaga. Thank you for tuning in. Katrina from Fresno. At the east side, thank you for tuning in from Santa Maria, of course. And then we have from Brethren from Caloocan North. Of course, our very own Ka Rudolph. Thank you as well for always the support. We have lots of people tuned in and messaging about our game. So thank you all for participating in that as well. Looks like everybody was getting the right answers. And that is it for now. Oh, and hello, Paul Kamiani. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you. All right. And back to you, Melanie. Thank you so much, everybody. And Pete, please continue to input your messages into the Vine chat. We definitely want to hear and learn from you all as well. So back to you, Melanie.
Yes, thanks again, Jill, and thank you everyone for your continued support and your messages. We truly appreciate that. Of course, let's go ahead and move to our last segment. We learned about the barriers, effective communication that we need in order to perform our work. One of the things we value are our coworkers because they are definitely our team that could help us as well. Can you let us know based on your experience, how do you recognize that coworker that definitely goes the extra mile to help you at work? And how do you effectively communicate with them?
I can go. So my team and I think the reason why we are all so close is because we are in the trenches together, right? Like we go through it day in, day out, the good, the bad, the ugly. And so we are always in constant communication. And I love that. And I think that's why we're so close, because we're constantly hyping each other up. We're constantly, being that support group. But not only that, even though we are in different time zones, different areas of the world, some are from Germany, Spain, we try to get together and we still have our team buildings. Like even though we're all in different time zones and different parts, we are very close. And the reason why is because of that constant communication. And we do try to have, like, for example, recently, it was like International Dog Day. And just for fun, I came up with this fun, quick 30 minutes game, event for us virtually, and it was just like a cool thing that we try to do every now and then, just to kind of keep the camaraderie. So that's one thing that we would do.
And I appreciate that, Jill. Unfortunately, it is that time. We could definitely talk more about this, and I wish we had more time to find out more from Caitlin and Melvi, but because it is almost time for us to end our show, we want to again thank you, everyone. Because of our faith, we are taught to work hard, but at the same time to be kind, to be able to effectively communicate and connect with others, encourage them. So I do also encourage that you do the same for your coworkers. Just try to be understanding, be patient, and be kind, so that we can continue that effective communication and continue to form that connection. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and I would like to also thank our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Iranio V. Manalo, and our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Without them, we will never be able to have this show, and so we truly appreciate them. And thank you, everyone, again for tuning in with us. We truly appreciate you. Please join us again next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our Valley Grown. All right, take care. Good night.
Bye, everybody. See y'all next week.
Next week.
Bye.
Hit that notification bell.
Bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share.